Borderline personality disorder. For as long as I can remember, I have had issues with my anger. Anger is one of my fallback emotions. Actually, it's my go-to. So normally, if you're dealing with me, you're dealing with me being angry. That's just the way I am. I'm always in angry mode. I'm always pissed off and angry about something. I have always seen this as normal. It's normal for me. I'm coming to realize that other people, though, are not in that normal default mode of anger. As I've grown older, matured, learned more about myself, I've been able to rein in this anger issue for the most part. I still see my anger to be very threatening and a very real thing in my life. I see it as a monster, something that's been caged and locked up, but if it were to get out, would cause unimaginable destruction. It is my job to protect the cell, to keep the monster chained, to do whatever I can to make sure that it never ever escapes. I really would like to just kill it and be done with it. I've yet to find a way to kill it. It took a long time to be able to capture this monster, to wrestle it down, chain it up, throw it in a cell. So much damage was done while it was running amok that I just consider it to be normal. I'd like to talk about it today. Maybe it's not normal. Maybe none of you know what it's like, so I'm going to try to explain it. I think people with BPD have anger issues anyway. I become unnecessarily overly angry about things. Let's say I've got something of my roommates in my room. It's their stuff. I borrowed it, forgot to take it back. While I'm at work, they decide to go grab it. They need to use it. They go in my room, they grab it. That's it. Until I come home to realize that this thing is missing. My anger response to that would be to want to go and find whatever I had borrowed, take that item, and use it to beat the ever-living hell out of them. Some people have told me that is extreme, that is not necessary, that a simple conversation could have handled it. I don't think so. I don't think me letting you know that I'm a little bit upset that you went in my room without permission is going to really resonate in your brain as much as me beating you senseless with I will get anger that comes out of nowhere. It's this more annoyance than anger, high frustration. I will find I'll be doing normal things, yet my level of pissed offness is through the roof. Where just the littlest thing could cause me to freak out. This is stuff that I normally do on a daily basis that is just driving me nuts. Everything I do won't work, which will piss me off even more. It escalates. This is how it works for me. I'm usually wanting to get something accomplished. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be very mundane, it could be super important. I'll be frustrated that I'm not getting this done as quickly as I think it should be done. It's taking longer than should be expected. I get frustrated, start getting annoyed, and then everything just falls apart. What should be easy becomes incredibly hard, frustrating. There's no reason for it. You don't even want to. You're just going really fast and all frustrated. So then you're pissed off at that, and that's how computers get broken, by the way. Anger that's inside of me that doesn't have anywhere to go. Since it comes out of nowhere, it really has nowhere to go. Typically, if you're angry, you know why. You have something, your anger can go somewhere. It can be directed at the thing that's actually upsetting you. When you have an anger that comes out of nowhere for no reason, you have no idea what it is, it just will try to focus on whatever it can. You can yell at everybody all day long, you can throw and break shit. End of the day, it's not going to go away. It has nowhere to go. It's just there to just piss you off and make you yell at everybody. That pisses you off even more, that there's anger that's just there to piss you off. I've been dealing with this kind of anger all week. Can't even tell you when I first started to notice it. It creeps up. It starts out as just this little agitation. You don't even think much of it until you realize you're just superly pissed over nothing. As a wise man once told me, though, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. I used to think, back when I was fighting all the time, that it'd be great if you really wanted to degrade a guy. You beat the living hell out of him, and then you piss on him before you leave. Guys will understand this. You just won the battle, you beat the living hell out of this guy, and then just the ultimate cherry, icing on top, would be to piss on the dude before you walk off. Right? Then you own the motherfucker, you piss on your property. It's primal. Ladies, this is a weird guy thing. Everything's pissing me off. I can't do the simplest of tasks. What I need to do in a situation like this, when this anger shows up, meditation. Don't try to do anything. Just meditate, center myself. I do that for about an hour. Some breathing. Listening to my surroundings. Really just becoming once at peace. This anger will probably subside. That is not what I do. Instead, what I do is I get stubborn. And I decide that whatever I'm trying to do that's frustrating me and pissing me off to the point that I want to murder everybody in the house will not win. I will not stop until I get it done. Or I fucking kill it. One of us is winning, and it's going to be me either way. I either get it done the way I want it, or I'm just going to fucking destroy it. Yeah, we all know how this plays out. Usually things get destroyed. I watch my anger very closely now, though. I don't like anything that shows signs that I'm losing it or I'm not in control. It used to be that I thought I controlled my anger even when I was out of control, breaking things. I still would claim that I was in control. Do I believe in uncontrollable anger? Or do I think it's just something we make up to get out of the consequences of our actions when we're enraged? I believe without the proper skills and mindset, that your anger can be uncontrollable, can be something that takes you over. I've been there. I've had it happen. A lot of people that wouldn't experience this, doesn't know what this uncontrollable rage feels like, will never ever understand this, really. There's no way I can explain it to you because it's a feeling. I can't explain feelings. Well, not to the degree that you would understand unless you'd had the feeling. I'll do my best, though. Once again, using this monster thing is just to kind of help give a visual and maybe... This anger is like a monster that comes out of nowhere. It's just there, and it's going to cause destruction. If you don't know how to deal with it, it's going to destroy everything. That's how it is. This uncontrollable anger will take you over. I do believe that you can get control. I know you can, because I have gotten control over it to a certain degree. Enough that I don't really do anything I don't want to or am not in control of. I will lose control, yet still have control. I'll explain what that is. Hitting, throwing, and punching. Those are the things I love to do when I'm angry. Well, screaming as well, but screaming's not as destructive. Throwing things, punching things, all of that, yeah, very destructive. That's usually what I like to do. My first thing is to usually start punching stuff when I get mad. Then it'll go to throwing, and then just downright destruction. These days, if I throw something, I consider that going too far. I mean, throwing anything in general. If I throw a pen out of anger, out of frustration, if I just throw a pen down, I consider that to be too much. That's a scary loss of control for me nowadays, and I have to keep it that way. I have to be scared shitless if I throw a pen down, or else it'll be to hitting people before I even know it. Usually it'll be at the computer. I normally get frustrated when using the computer. I have a wireless mouse. The mouse is going to be the first thing that's going to get chucked every time. So I grab it, I go to chuck it, and I stop myself. Don't do it, don't do it. And I want to throw it so bad do I want to throw it. I take some breaths, I calm myself down a little. I go to put it down. My hand starts to argue with me, cock back a little bit. It's like, no, no. And then I get it down. I get it out of my hand. I take a sigh of relief, and then I just chuck the motherfucker across the room. That is an uncontrolled, controlled little bit of anger. I had the control to not throw it initially. I had the control to put it down. I was safe. And then I just had that momentary lack of focus on it. Once I put it down, I thought I was good. And then the anger took over. I'll throw it, but I'll aim at least. Instead of chucking it at a wall, I'll throw it towards a chair so it lands in the chair. Compromises. It reminds me of like a dog or something, and you put like treats out for it, and it wants it so bad. It's like, and you've trained it to just stay, and it's trying to be so good, and it wants to so bad, but then it just can't. It doesn't care no more. It's just got to eat the treats. That's how it is. So, how are you when dealing with anger? Are you like a dog that just needs its treats, or not? There's a comment section. Use it. Let me know. I also do Patreon videos. They only cost $1. The link's in the description, and here's just a little sneak peek of what you're missing. 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, 10 a.m., 9 a.m., 4 a.m., 3, 2 in the morning. Wow, you're missing that and so much more. Go to Patreon now. Yay. So much Patreon. Forever and ever. You and me. Patreon. Woohoo.
I'd buy that for $1.
Till next time, keep on keeping on.